Hello, stewards. Welcome back to Steward Her Finances, where we save with purpose and budget by faith. If you are new today, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, click the bell so you'll be notified of new uploads. Today, I'll be doing a monthly budget breakdown, walking you through my real budget categories, both fixed and variable expenses. But I won't be sharing my income, my tithe, or my mortgage payment. I'll explain why in a minute. This video is all about bills, boundaries, and balance, so you can create a budget that works for you without oversharing. Let me quickly explain why I'm going to leave out my income, mortgage, and tithe when I do these budget videos. 1. Privacy. You can be transparent and helpful without putting all your full financial life on display. 2. Focus. I want these videos to highlight what's relatable and manageable: monthly bills, budgeting habits, and intentional planning. Simplify. Keeping some details private makes my budget planning videos easier to follow and keeps the focus on the budget process, not every single number. Comfort. At this time, I'm not comfortable in sharing anything that all my budget and all my financial information. And I do encourage you to do the same. If you're not comfortable, don't do it. And remember, you don't have to share your income or all your details with anyone. Now, disclaimer, if you are married, I do suggest and highly recommend you share your financial details with your spouse. You'll reach your goals faster when you're working together. My question for you: do you share all your financial details, whether you're doing YouTube or to family members, not your spouse, excluding your spouse, because you should always share your numbers with them? Let me know in the comments section. Before we get started into the numbers, I always like to remind myself why I do this. Budgeting in faith isn't just about the bills. It's about financial stewardship. Let's all remember Luke chapter 16, verse 10, King James Version. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Even if I'm not sharing all my details today, this process is still part of my walk in faith, in honoring God and being intentional with what He has given me. Okay, let's get into the planning. I'm using a printable that I created that works for me. As I was looking out on the webs, I couldn't really find anything that worked for me, so I created it myself. Up here I have current month, grand total. The grand total will be all these things. So fixed expenses, wallet expenses, my biannual expenses, if there are any, annual expenses, and quarterly expenses. These are the biannuals, the annuals, and the quarterly expenses have a tendency to be forgotten. So I wanted to make sure I had those documented down. So this way, when I look at this each month, I know what's coming up and what I need to save for. I like having everything in one place where I can see the whole month at a glance. Paper budgeting works for me because I can physically write it down, cross things out, highlight important dates. It's also something I can keep in a binder for future reference, almost like a financial diary of sorts. Okay, so I'm going to start with my fixed expenses. Now, this will probably be the only time you'll see me write this out. Next month, I will have these typed up and I'll write the numbers in instead of doing everything. So natural gas, that's for my house. Usually do on the 25th. Electric, $32.98 for this month. Okay, the 4th of the month was water, $34.15. 23rd, internet is due, $99.99. The 3rd, cell phone, $83.98. The 2nd is home warranty, That is $83.41. The ninth, home alarm system. Oops, that's supposed to be alarm. This is $31.99. Okay, life insurance. Life insurance total is $241.01. Car insurance, I didn't have anything. I had a credit, so I didn't have to pay car insurance for this month. Okay, so that's zero. Let's see, subscriptions. And subscriptions are like your Netflix, my HBO, my YouTube, $63.92. Okay, first. Okay, so wallet funding. I put this as an expense starting this month. $14.85. Okay, the 15th. I do have a personal loan. This was a combination of things. 26.54.90. And business credit card. Okay, and that monthly is $321.09. So in this one would be my actuals. The actual, wait a minute, 36.67. Messed up here. 36.67. Because I have to pay a service fee when I use my credit card, it was $34.63 for electric. The same thing for water, $36.90. Okay, this is always $99.99 for internet. $83.98. $83.41. $31.99. $241.01. Okay, that was zero for this month. $63.92. Okay, we'll total up wallet expenses at the end of the month, so we'll know what actual that is. $26.54.90 and $33.21.09. Now remember, these are things like natural gas, electric, water. They can vary. So sometimes they fluctuate. Keep in mind, if you have family over for the holidays, your water bill, your electricity, all that stuff may be up. But most of the time, it's usually the same when it's either yourself or your family members. Now, total for the projected, I already did this off camera to try to save time. It's $5,169.09. Now, with the wallet expenses, we already know, let's see, 400 for daily bread. Okay, journey fuel. Journey fuel was 200 a month. Okay, Joy Fund is 160 for the month. Okay, Temple Care, 85. Okay, Overflow, $40. Steward's Reserve, $200. Okay, miscellaneous, 160. And first fruits, 240. And that's offerings, not my tithe. So total for the wallet each month until I decide to change it is $14.85. And then you always have those biannual and annual expenses that may catch you by surprise because you're tracking it, but you're not tracking it. When that bill comes in the mail and you're like, oh no, I just paid everything, or I don't have enough, this helps remind me that some things are coming up. Like in June, I'll have land tax to pay. And then in December, I'll have land tax to pay. So I can expect those bills in the mail. For my quarterly expenses, November 5th, trash service. Okay, so we do trash service quarterly in these parts. And sometimes if I'm not tracking, I get a surprise bill. Well, this is going to prevent that. Pest control, I do that also quarterly. I'm trying to prevent the surprises. And then October, HOA, that's also done quarterly. And with that's 469.38. So as I vastly approach these, I know that I need to pre-plan my budget to include whatever's coming up in this quarterly or this biannually or this annually. So my annual expenses, February 1st, we all have those credit cards that have those membership fees. And don't you hate when you forget it and you see it on your statement and you're like, where'd this come from? Well, I'm tired of doing that. So this is going to prevent that from happening because you still have to pay that credit card charge. Yes, they charge your credit card directly for those fees. You still have to pay it. So this is something that needs to go into my budget to make sure that I'm able to cover that expense. This is on the 29th. This PhotoMine is an app that I use to take pictures of old photos and try to get them restored. And it's good so far. Adobe Acrobat. That's 239.88. That comes up in November. And then in April, everyone has that Amazon Prime membership, right? And it charges that credit card, and that's a fee you have to pay. So for my annual expenses as they come close, it's $1,033.87. So this is what that, if you choose to use it, once again, it'll be a free downloadable. This is what the sheet looks like. You put up here the current month, you put August 2025. Because I do a zero-based budget, these only be monthly. So I'll have 12 of these. And then at the end of the month, here's the grand total. So what I'll do is, after all the actual expenses are tallied up, these won't come up yet. Tallied up for the month of August for wallet expenses and all my fixed expenses, I'll know what the grand total is for the month of August. And this will help me track, where do I need to cut? Maybe I need to get rid of those subscriptions. The questions you need to ask yourself as you examine your budget. So tips for your monthly expenses. Write the due date for each bill. As you can see, I wrote down the due dates, but I pay all my bills on the 1st, but this is when they are normally due. And as they get charged and you pay it off, as they debit your checking account, you could put a check mark saying it's paid. This way, this lets you know that it's been pulled from your account. Keep a running total of your fixed and variable expenses so you know how much you need to plan for your month. Review your expenses yearly. See if you can negotiate rates, cancel unused memberships, or switch providers if it makes sense. Now keep in mind, so my wallet expenses, my variable expenses change each month. So your grocery bills may fluctuate. Once again, that depends on how hungry the kids are, or is it just you in the house? Are you going on vacation? So anything in my wallet, gas for my car, my entertainment or joy fund, anything I do to my personal care, my temple care, all this is variable. So by me being able to track it on the wallet stuffing and unstuffing videos I do, I can see where my money is going. Tips for variable expenses. Set a target amount for each category to guide your spending. Adjust month by month. Some months you may need more, some months you may need less. Watch your leaks. If you see yourself overspending in the category, by tracking your expenses, you'll be able to catch that leak early and adjust accordingly. By writing these down, I'm telling my money where to go instead of wondering where it went at the end of the month. And that's it. A simple budget breakdown that protects my privacy, honors my faith, and keeps me accountable. If budgeting ever feels overwhelming, remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start with what you can control, write it down, and adjust as you go. If you enjoyed this faith-based budgeting session, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell so you know when future uploads happen. Until next time, remember, we're saving with purpose and budgeting by faith. See you soon.